It's time for a Python 50 review. It's time for a Python 50 review.
Hey guys, Titan Zed here. Sorry I haven't done a review in a very long time. Between a combination of a recent vacation, just life being my life, and my light box breaking, it's been a little hard to do video reviews. So, right now if I'm going to be doing any, I'm going to have to be doing them from on top of my washer. It's the only place that has decent lighting, so you guys can at least see the figure I'm showing you. With that said, today we'll be talking about Transformers Power of the Primes Outback. Now, I was very excited to see this figure actually get produced. While I really did like the Brawn figure from Titan's Return, I think the Outback figure is where this mold just blows the competition away. Some of this figure, while it is unfortunately light in the paint department in some sections, I imagine mostly due to budgetary reasons, it's still no less really, really awesome. Now, Outback himself as a character only really had one significant role in Transformers Generation 1. Him and Blaster went to, and I quote, the Socialist Democratic Federated Republic of Carbamia. Sorry, I'm saying that 5 times fast. To hunt down, trying to find some Decepticons who may have caused some trouble earlier in the episode at the Intergalactic Olympics, basically. He busted out his Decepticon detector, which Blaster returned with, "There is no such thing." And in an Australian accent, I might add, he said, "I know that. You know that, but they don't know that." And that's the point. And it was pretty hilarious, and it just so happens that they pointed the fake Decepticon detector at a couple of Decepticons. Dirge and Thrust, if I'm not mistaken. Two of the Conehead Seekers who didn't die during the movie. They blasted off trying to get away, and the 2 Autobots gave chase. And as far as I know, that was the last time we ever saw... No, they gave chase, knocked down the Decepticons with what I can only imagine was a smoke bomb designed to look like it was a nuke. My apologies. I forgot how that episode went. Where they learned where the planet Char was at, where the rest of the Decepticons were hiding out at. I think after that he didn't do much of anything except being a background character. So yeah, the vehicle mode is not bad, although this figure has one major flaw compared to Generation 1. The Generation 1 figure was slightly remolded to accommodate a turret gun on the top. This figure unfortunately does not have that, as it's a straight remold of Brawn minus the head. But there is actually a solution to this little problem. And the best solution is if you picked up the Transformers Generations 2-pack involving Cliffjumper, you most likely also got their hands on the repaint of Roller in that yellow color, which came with the Optimus Prime Blaster. If you do have that, that weapon now becomes the best roof-mounted gun for this character. Now, technically, the gun should be seated back here, actually on top of the tire. Now, it is possible to do that using the 1mm peg on the back of the gun, but 2 major problems with doing that. 1, the gun sight is now upside down, and that's driving my OCD crazy. 2, the hole in which the peg goes into is just ever so slightly smaller than the 1mm peg. Like, it's got to be just a hair's fraction of material. And it just makes me feel like the peg's going to break over time if you're not careful. So instead of putting it in there, I recommend leaving it in just the regular 5mm port that's up top. And there you have a little more G1 accurate Outback. Other than that, that's pretty much it for vehicle mode. I'll be right back with robot mode. And robot mode. And damn if that isn't a good looking robot mode, just like Brawn. But it does have the difference of being painted differently with a different decal. Print, not sticker, print. Hasbro, we really need to have a talk about this whole sticker obsession you're having lately. It's getting a little annoying and frustrating and taxing on all my super glue. But the robot mode is still looking really good. Now you can use the back plate here as a shield slash wrist mounted blaster, which is okay. But like I said, if you picked up the gun, you can give him a gun, which the G1 toy never actually held the weapon in robot mode. Because of the way the arms were built, it couldn't. So yeah. But otherwise, it's still good. I will say, if you are going to go with the method I have suggested, I will also suggest, well, you can actually see it. Try to get it in the actual light. That's a little better. Let me try to... Now, as you can see, I've actually cut out the back little nub piece that was on the back of the gun. This was to allow the gun to sit in between the two barrels of the roller figure. Yeah, it unfortunately gets in the way of his elbow articulation here in robot mode, as well as sitting comfortably on the peg on top of the vehicle mode's hood. But other than that, I still think it's a fantastic figure, and I absolutely recommend it to anybody who is collecting Power of the Prime figures, that this is a definite must buy. It's a fantastic paint job, and that I think it does a much better job of showcasing the figure, just how awesome the figure is. And not to mention, it's one of the few Transformers that I know of that speaks with an Australian accent, and that's never a bad thing. So, until next time, this is Zed saying, I'll see ya when I see ya.